So I just had another MGTOW man come at me with guns loaded about how I am a feminist because I am trying to help protect women from men who hate women.
So here's what I think about MGTOW. So if you don't know what MGTOW is, it's basically men go their own way. It's a men's movement where they don't really seek any kind of cooperation or partnership from women whatsoever. And they root this mentality in this idea that, women are hypergamous. In other words, they're always monkey branching to the next best guy. And you can't really trust them because of this nature. And therefore, you just kind of do your own thing. And then you don't have to worry about the struggles that come with, trying to cooperate with women. Now, I can probably...
Welcome. Today, we look at videos of individuals that want to end the MGTOW movement. They have several misconceptions about the entire movement as a whole. And they said a lot of things based on their own shallow understanding of what men are saying. These people are, as usual, shaming men that so much as have any contrary idea to what women want and calling them out as not being man enough. They suggest that being a real man means you should tolerate all excesses of women and be a woman pleaser. In other words, they want to end the MGTOW movement.
So I just had another MGTOW man come at me with guns loaded about how I am a feminist because I am trying to help protect women from men who hate women. The whole point of my MGTOW videos, men going their own way, is to help women to know what that means, know what comes with that, and to protect themselves from potentially getting in relationships with men who are on the toxic side of MGTOW. Keep in mind, I said on the toxic side. I'm sure there are other sides of MGTOW where men are just going their own way, minding their own business, and good for them. Now that you have an understanding of where I'm coming from, if you can approach me maturely and respectfully to have a conversation around this, great. But if you can't and you're resorting to insults and prodding to gain clout for yourself, then I will not offer my time for that purpose.
First off, you are not part of the MGTOW movement, so you can't possibly know what it's all about. And having the idea that you want to show women what MGTOW is without intervening or having a conversation with someone in the movement is just totally misguided. Now, after you've posted your toxic views about MGTOW, you now want them to engage you, right? It don't work that way. Well, truly, there may be some extremists in the movement, but there will always be extremists in any movement, including yourself, who is an extremist in the feminist movement. So before you come ranting on social media, make sure you did your homework right.
So here's what I think about MGTOW. So if you don't know what MGTOW is, it's basically men go their own way. It's a men's movement where they don't really seek any kind of cooperation or partnership from women whatsoever. And they root this mentality in this idea that, women are hypergamous. In other words, they're always monkey branching to the next best guy. And you can't really trust them because of this nature. And therefore, you just kind of do your own thing. And then you don't have to worry about the struggles that come with, trying to cooperate with women. Now, I could probably do a lot better articulation of the philosophy in general, but to be honest, I don't even listen to that crap because it makes no sense.
Thank you for that. So you don't listen to MGTOW and you think you are qualified to talk about them? Just knowing the full meaning of an acronym doesn't make you an expert in that field enough to talk about the movement. And to say MGTOW is all about female hypergamy and men not wanting to cooperate with women is really naive. First off, the movement is a response to the societal shift into turning women into some form of goddess that are capable of doing no wrong. Hence, everything a woman say or do is correct, and the man is always at fault no matter what he does. It's a response to the no-fault divorce system where a woman can cheat on a man in marriage and divorce him and yet get half of his life work. Is an equal and opposite reaction to the feminist movement that teaches women to dominate their man, destroy him, and turn him into a brainless, worthless individual in marriage.
Now we know that most of the people in society are going to be, at lower levels of awareness and consciousness and personal development simply because, it takes a lot of work to get to the top, right? So there's going to be less people that have put the work in because it's hard. And therefore, we do know that maybe the majority of women are going to be more subject to, hypergamous bad behavior or just, being toxic and things like that, just like it is with men. But to write women off simply because they have this propensity for bad behavior makes no sense whatsoever, because if you think about it, as men, we are biologically programmed to want variety, and yet we still have the ability to be faithful and not cheat. So anytime you write off women as a whole simply because, they might cheat or, run off to the next guy is simply behavior based in fear. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to structure my life in such a way where I'm just simply avoiding my fears. And for as much as MGTOW guys want to stroke their own ego saying, hey, look, I can have all this success and accomplishment, because I'm not spending my time pandering to women, and, I can just go my own way and be a real man. To me, what a real man does is face his fears. If you're scared of the potential bad behavior of a woman, why don't you spend time around women and understand how to get better to the point where you have so much to offer that a woman would never want to leave you because there's no better guy out there.
The truth is, most MGTOW men came from this same mentality that you have. The idea to give a woman everything that she feels there is no better guy out there. But that shit don't work, man. It only makes women think they settled for you, and you are doing all that because you can't get a better woman. So they get everything they can from your type, dump you, and on to the bad boy who can give them the dopamine rush they desire. Secondly, men are not just going their own way because women have a propensity for bad behavior. Bro, are you for real? Are you an alien from Pluto or something? So you are blind to all the support given to women by the society, court system, and law enforcement, which encourages their bad behavior. Any man with an iota of self-esteem will choose not to deal with the bullshit, not because he is scared, but because he has seen reality and not delusional to think he can control a matured human being into liking him through his simping.
Men with no hose. Where are you? What are you?
Gym, working, taking care of responsibilities and priorities, possibly building businesses, trying to leave behind a legacy, building the life that they want so they can establish the future necessary. And some of them are even so lost that they're kind of just trying to figure out what to do with their life. But a vast majority of the good men out there who don't have any hoes, they're just doing life. And they're trying to do everything possible that they can in order to have a better quality of life so that way they can have the future that they desire. And I would bet that every day that you go out, you probably pass one of those dudes. But they in their lane, with their head down, minding their business, grinding and doing their thing because they don't want to waste time or play games. And I would say a vast majority are probably waiting to find the right quality of woman to invest into. Because, like I said, they're tired of games. And the only way to find one is to be different from the majority.
Thanks, there. I think she said it all. The vast majority of MGTOW men are like this. But them women don't want them. Instead, they prefer bad boys. And when they are run through by them, they come to social media to say all men are bad. Well, MGTOW men say enough, and we are here to stay. There ain't no going nowhere. If you like my video, be sure to like and click on the notification bell. Also share your comments in the chat section. See you next time. This is your guardian.